Imagine you're trapped inside an old farmhouse. The power is gone. Nobody knows what's happening, and the people outside aren't just trying to get in. They're already dead. But here's the real twist. This isn't just a horror movie. It's the film that changed zombie cinema forever. Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the Night of the Living Dead, the legendary 1968 classic that turned a tiny independent movie into one of the most influential horror films ever made. Even if you've never watched it, you've definitely seen its impact. From The Walking Dead to modern zombie blockbusters, almost everything starts right here. So, let's break down why this low-budget black and white movie still manages to creep audiences out almost 60 years later. The opening that still works. The movie wastes absolutely no time. Instead of flashy effects or dramatic music, it opens with something surprisingly ordinary, a brother and sister driving through the countryside to visit a cemetery. At first, everything feels calm. But there's a strange emptiness in the air. The roads are quiet. The cemetery looks isolated. You can almost feel that something isn't right, even before anything scary happens. That's one of the movie's greatest strengths. It doesn't rely on loud jump scares. Instead, it slowly builds tension until you're completely uncomfortable. Then suddenly, a strange man begins walking toward them. At first, he looks confused. Then, he attacks. And just like that, the movie changes forever. Horror that feels real. Most horror films from that era clearly separated monsters from humans. This movie didn't. The attackers look like regular people. No glowing eyes. No giant monsters. No supernatural costumes. Just ordinary-looking humans behaving in the most terrifying way imaginable. That realism is exactly why the movie still feels disturbing today. The audience keeps asking the same question. Could this actually happen? And when horror makes you ask that question, it becomes unforgettable. Enter Ben, the real hero. After escaping the cemetery, our main character Ben reaches an abandoned farmhouse. Unlike many horror protagonists who panic, Ben immediately starts thinking. He checks every room. He looks for supplies. He boards up windows. He searches for weapons. He makes quick decisions under pressure. That's one reason audiences connected with him. He's not waiting for someone else to save him. He's trying to survive. And every decision feels logical. More than just zombies. Here's something many first-time viewers miss. The zombies aren't actually the biggest problem. People are. Inside the farmhouse, fear begins turning survivors against each other. Everyone has different ideas. Everyone believes they're right. Nobody wants to compromise. Instead of working together, they waste valuable time arguing. That's what makes the story surprisingly modern. The real conflict isn't outside the house. It's happening inside. As more survivors gather inside the farmhouse, the biggest threat quickly becomes their own disagreements. Everyone has a different survival plan, and fear turns simple arguments into dangerous conflicts. Meanwhile, the zombies keep surrounding the house, creating non-stop tension. Every decision feels risky, and every mistake brings the danger closer. What makes this film special isn't just the horror, it's how it shows that panic and mistrust can be just as deadly as the monsters outside. By the final act, the movie delivers a shocking ending that stays with viewers long after the credits roll, proving why this 1968 classic is still considered one of the greatest horror films ever made. As the night comes to an end, hope finally seems within reach. But this movie doesn't choose the happy ending most viewers expect. Instead, it delivers a powerful and heartbreaking finale that completely changes how you remember the story. Without relying on big-budget effects, The Night of the Living Dead proves that strong writing, suspense, and unforgettable characters are enough to create a true horror classic. It's more than a zombie movie. It's a story about fear, survival, and the consequences of human choices under pressure. If you're a fan of classic horror or want to see the film that inspired generations of zombie movies, this one deserves a spot on your watch list. If you enjoyed this review, hit the like button, subscribe for more classic movie breakdowns, and tell me in the comments which horror classic should we review next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.